What's up guys, it's Will here, back again. Today, we're here to review the Hot Toys Han Solo from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. This is a hugely important, long-awaited figure from Hot Toys, but when the prototype was announced, I declared it a fail. Well, what about the final product? Today, we find out if it's a W or an L. But before we get started, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you're notified when content goes live here. I picked up this figure from Comic Concepts. They're an excellent place to buy Hot Toys as the customer service is great and you pay a lot less than Sideshow. My code is WillFox for $10 off. Make sure to use it, it's unlimited. That said, let's take a look at Hot Toys' latest and hopefully greatest Han Solo figure. Is it a fail or is it actually a grail? Well, today we find out together. Let's do it. Starting with the packaging, very standard Star Wars Hot Toys packaging. You have the black Star Wars normal colors with the Han Solo banner on the front. When you open the top cover, you get a slip cover underneath with Han Solo in his Endor gear shooting his blaster, his iconic blaster. When you open that up, you can see the inner packaging with the contents inside. Han Solo in there with his blaster, his hands, a branch that goes on the display base, some rocks that you can plug in, which I will show you in a sec. And really, there's not all that much included with this figure, but there's enough to actually engage with and have a great time with it. And taking the figure straight out of the box, putting him in my hand, I adjusted the eyes just a little bit because out of the box, I'm telling you, he looks like he's seen a ghost. Han looks like he has seen something purely terrifying and he's experiencing trauma in real time. So I had to adjust him just a little bit, and I can tell you, I was wrong. I was wrong, ladies and gentlemen. When this figure originally was announced, I said it was ass. It is not ass in hand. I promise you it is a very good figure. Looking at the rest of the figure though, you can see it has pleather components. At least that's what I'm interpreting here. I believe these are pleather components insofar as the boots are concerned and the actual belt is concerned. I believe these are pleather. Maybe not, that's just my opinion. I'm not a materials expert, as I've said many times over, but that's just what it feels and looks like to me. But again, maybe I'm wrong, but again, it looks good nonetheless. I love the outfit. I think it's expertly tailored. I think it really does have that A New Hope look, even though it's Return of the Jedi, very similar type attire. And that's why for me, if I were displaying this figure in my collection, I would definitely have it with the A New Hope look, although the trench coat is pretty cool. This figure, like many Hot Toys nowadays, very standard, has the movable eye features. You got two little pegs underneath the head sculpt. You can adjust Han's eyes to your liking and have him in a pose you can like. You can see I have a eye that's a little bit wonky here, just because it takes a little bit of further adjustment to hone it in and get it just right. In person, it could look perfect, then on camera, not quite right. So you do want to take your time, get a natural eye position, and go from there. I think the hair sculpt looks great. You can adjust the eyes very easily. Adjusting the eyes really brings this head sculpt to life. So I gotta say, you gotta give that a try. You can see the levers underneath. Be careful, don't pull on them too much. You can use your finger, just slide it up underneath there like you see in this video here. You can adjust the eyes, really give it a whole new life and a whole new expression just in a very quick matter of time. So for me, I love this purse system with the eyes. You got an Endor display base here, which I think is absolutely awesome. For the most part, we'll get into a little bit more of that, but Han Solo nameplate on the front. You have a little peg on the front that you can plug the rock into, or you could plug the crotch grabber into. Wouldn't really make sense, but you could do it if you wanted to. This figure does not really stand well on the base. I'll show you a little bit more of that, but overall, this is a reuse. This is a base that has been used many times over now. They've just adjusted the top portion to make it an Endor theme, and they decided to give that raised platform to Han as well. You can plug the crotch grabber in the back or on the side, as I mentioned earlier, and it holds the figure. He doesn't stand super great with it in that position. Again, more on that. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but it's a huge problem. You can plug the rock in on the side here. It just pegs right in there. You can also plug the rock on the back end side, which I'll show you here in a sec. But overall, I love the texture. It is one sculpted piece and it looks good. Overall, you see I plugged the rock on the back there as well. You can remove the crotch grabber. If you are so dangerous in your living as a collector that you don't want to use a crotch grabber, you don't have to. You can make this look super realistic and put two rocks in there. Here's Han's trench coat from the Endor outfit. Look, super cool, tons of weathering. It has this sort of rough texture to it, but it feels very high quality actually. It doesn't feel like cheap fabric. It has wires in it so you can bend it and pose it to your will. You can pose it in dynamic poses. If you want him in something more stoic, you can do that. It really does react very well to whatever sort of pose you want to put him in and whatever sort of, vibe you're going for in your display. I do love the overall weathering on it. It has magenta aspects, pink and green. And it really does have that look of being lived in a forest. It almost looks like it's been sweat in. It has dirt and grime all over it. They certainly took no exemptions here insofar as the weathering is concerned. Here's Han's blaster, super cool, love this. It's a blaster that you've seen probably similar before. I think this one's a little bit different than the A New Hope version. At least that's my memory when I had the A New Hope Han for a couple years. Lots of great paint applications. It is a sculpted plastic piece, as you can tell there. Be careful with it. You don't want to break anything off. It can be fragile if you're not careful putting it in his hand. You can see the hands here. There are an assortment of hands that are very high quality and lots of good paint applications. Sort of like a pointing hand here on the right-hand side. And then of course on the left-hand side, you have something pretty similar. You have a trigger finger on each side, so you can use that to hold the blaster, and then sort of a gripping hand out. So lots of hands to use for what you want to do. Let's keep moving. Hot Toys Han Solo is most certainly not a fail. I've owned both the A New Hope Han Solo and now this new Return of the Jedi Han Solo, and I can tell you for a certainty this one is better. This is absolutely the Han Solo collectors need right now, but I wouldn't say it's perfect. Firstly, I think this head sculpt requires eye movement beyond standard position to look good. I think with the eyes off to the side, it just has a lot more personality, and with them straight on, it looks like Han has seen a ghost. But when you adjust those eyes, the head sculpt becomes incredible. The display base is cool, but it's not fun to use when you just want to stand Han straight up and down. His feet are not on a flat surface due to all the sculpted rocks, and the base looks cool, but it kind of sucks to pose the figure on. The jacket is a really cool look. It has tons of weathering, although I do prefer the jacket off look better because it's more of that classic Han look to me. It's more akin to A New Hope, which is my favorite look for Han. This figure is not going to be a shelf king. It's not going to draw your eye in the way other Star Wars figures will because this outfit isn't all that compelling. However, it's Han Solo. Han is an iconic Star Wars character, and if you have an original trilogy display, it's hard to exclude him. This is the best Han out there right now, and I don't think it's particularly close. This head sculpt is a beauty, but the figure itself just isn't exciting me as much. This really isn't any fault of Hot Toys, they executed it beautifully, but it's just the outfit and the overall look, it just isn't as fun as some of the other recent Star Wars Hot Toys announcements. Still, if you love Han, this figure is absolutely worth a pickup. It's pretty damn good. All that to say, I'm gonna give Hot Toys Han Solo a 9 out of 10. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so that way you're notified when content goes live here. Let me know what you think about this Han Solo figure in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.